We've got a good one in store. It's the Detroit Lions and the Kansas City Chiefs. Mike Tirico, Greg Olson with you. That's Harrison Butker, set to get things started. Off we go from Arrowhead. And this will work out quite well. They'll get it all the way out to the 30-yard line. Here's a designed run. And they'll be set up now. Up past the 40 with that one. That one good for a dozen. And a very quick first down.
And this run game certainly didn't waste any time getting settled in. Nice job by the offensive line, displacing defenders at the point of attack, and allows the back to pick up a nice chunk to get this game rolling.
On 1st and 10, here's Goff. That one pinballs around, but it is incomplete. Amon-Ra St. Brown, the receiver he was trying to target. And that will lead to a second down.
There's a fine line between trusting your arm and having a little bit too much faith in your arm, right? I think this was one of those situations here, Mike, where there was nowhere to go with the ball. He tries to fit that one in there anyway, and he's lucky that it just falls incomplete.
The tackle's going to be made down at the 40-yard line. 17 yards on that play. Good for a Lions first down.
It's a gain of 17 yards. First down, Detroit.
Now, Goff. A lot of chances on that one. It was bouncing around, but it falls incomplete.
Up until that incompletion, they've done a really nice job on this drive, Mike, picking up fresh sets of downs. And typically, throwing the ball on first down is a great way to do it. But now they find themselves in 2nd and 10. Do you keep it in the air and try to get the first down here? Or is the idea to just make 3rd down manageable and take your chances picking up a key 3rd down?
He'll be hit as he throws this time, and it's going to fall incomplete. He might be fortunate just to avoid the sack, and it'll set up a 3rd down.
3rd and long obviously isn't an ideal situation to be in offensively. It makes you very predictable, which then places a ton of stress on your offensive line and your quarterback. So they've got to start being more productive in these early downs and set themselves up for more success come 3rd down.
Open man is the tight end right. And he's in. Rock right. Touchdown Lions. Exactly the way they scripted this one. A beautiful opening drive, Greg. Able to find the end zone on the game's first possession.
And, Mike, the word that comes to mind looking at that drive is execution, and that's exactly what they talked about all week long. They wanted to come out early in this game and establish an early rhythm, and that's exactly what they did with that touchdown drive.
Makes the score Lions 7, Chiefs nothing.
So after the touchdown, it's Bates to kick this one away. Nico Remigio to bring it back. And he will get back to only about his 20-yard line. That's where the drive will start.
The Chiefs take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Yep, 43, 43, 180. Yellow. Spice Hut.
Now the first carry for the Rutgers Scarlet Knight, Isaiah Pacheco. And he'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage.
I can promise you, that is not how they wanted to start this drive, Mike. I mean, to get blown up at the point of attack, there was just nowhere for the back to go on that run.
He's got his tight end. That's Travis Kelce. Still on the move. And he's going to be brought down inside the 15. Mahomes connects with Kelce for a big one. Gains an even 70 yards. He can still get a first down at the 1. 1st and 10, they go from the 11. And he finds a little bit of space. We'll take this forward for a gain of 4.
A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and...
On 2nd down, Mahomes. Up, and he will take this one across into the end zone. Patrick Mahomes. Touchdown, KC.
So G-Man.
And what a response by this offense. It's not easy taking the field, Mike, for the first time in the game, and you find yourself already down a score.
Promise my G-Man. The promise. Talk about go to bed. Go to bed. Oh, thank you. Go to work.
Maybe get a little confidence for your defense to go out and get a stop. And
I just asked my boy. I told him I ain't seen you in a couple of days. We've been here.
Each team one possession, each team a score. 7-7
He said,
as they kick
someone with 27 come out, we gonna play. Definitely gonna play. We waiting on it now.
They're going to get him down short of the 20-yard line.
Besides, how the hell you gonna play 25 if you 27? If you sold your PS5, if you sold your shit. Somebody what say he sold his PS5. How you gonna play?
Goff's going to throw here on 1st and 10. Open man downfield. It's Laporta. And he'll be taken down up past the 40.
Yeah, I gotta go this morning.
Terrific start to this drive. Gain of 23 and a first down.
What say he gonna buy him another one? Better go on get it.
Now this is going to be a design run. They let him keep it.
This nigga get out there, block.
Good defense. Held to no gain.
A gain of a yard brings up 2nd and...
It is 2nd and 9. A touchdown apiece here in the first quarter of play. Pair of 7s on the scoreboard. Lions ball to begin this second quarter. We're looking at a 2nd down and 9 to go.
I think he wants some of this, man. He be seeing all them shows we be putting on, man.
Out of the shotgun.
Look at that.
It's Goff. Down the field, he's got St. Brown.
Oh my God.
And they bring him down there, but it is inside the 10. It is going to be 1st and goal.
That's good.
G-Max say good pass. Appreciate that, G-Max.
1st and goal at the 7-yard line.
Now, this looks like a design run, and he is crushed in the backfield. Defenders firing.
My boy say was that good, G-Max. He say you don't never compliment him.
From a little further back, here's 2nd and goal. Throwing here is Goff. I had a defender draped all over him. Incomplete. Good work to body him up.
He say he gonna play both of them.
A 3rd down.
All things considered, it's actually a pretty good pass.
Ain't that
he puts
easy.
the ball in a place where only his guy can catch it. But I think he hears those footsteps coming from that nearest defender, and he's not able to secure the catch through contact.
That's going to be broken up in the end zone. Incomplete. There was no space to fit that one in. And now here comes 4th and goal.
Man, what they're talking about, G-Max, man.
And the Lions will break our tie.
That's my play.
It's always a little bit of a letdown. Like you find yourself deep in the red zone and you have to settle for a short field goal like that. In this case, he's able to put it through and they get 3.
He's going to like not to bring this one out. Probably a wise decision. As this ball comes out
Yeah,
to
I have
the
to change.
35.
That's that name they gave me when I first started this shit. I ain't even create that name. Nah, he ain't. That's just the name they gave us when
On first
when I
down,
got that
it's
26
Mahomes.
and just started this
He's
shit.
going to let this one go for Worthy. He's got it. And he will.
He's showing out for you, G-Mac.
Xavier Worthy. Touchdown, Kansas City.
Good shit.
Beautiful combination in the air there. The pass downfield and bringing it the rest of the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
It's really just a great route, Mike, and then a beautiful throw. The accuracy of the throw is what allowed the receiver not only to secure the catch, but then be able to turn it up and finish the play and find himself in the
That
end zone.
defense, dog shit.
So now it's Butker following the touchdown to send this one away. He'll start at the 4. He'll get this up past the 20. That's where they'll set up shop. This drive starts at the 21. It's 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Goff. He'll let this one go long for Williams. And the Chiefs will take over possession here at the 44.
And that's what you call an inexcusable mistake. Sometimes you just have to understand there's no play to be made no matter how hard you try. There's a fine line between being aggressive and being reckless. You just can't put the ball in harm's way.
They converge on him quickly. He'll only get a couple. Brian Branch in on the tackle.
Brings up 2nd and 8.
We'll play some defense. Let's go.
2nd down and 8.
Yellow.
Here's a toss to Pacheco. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line. A gain of 16 yards. 1st down, KC.
Kansas City Chiefs. 1st down.
Hey, 15. I don't need
1st and 10 at the 37-yard line.
Now Mahomes gives it to Pacheco. Whoa! And they bring him down inside the 25-yard line. That's 13 more on that play. And quickly, another 1st down.
And these are the explosive runs that open everything up. There's all this conversation about the value of the run game, but when you take a look at the best running teams, Mike, it's not necessarily how many yards they run for, it's how many big plays do they generate on the ground. And when you can generate big plays on the ground, it makes everything so much more difficult for the defense.
That is a gain of 15, and now it's 1st and goal.
1st down.
Their first 2 drives yielded touchdowns. Now they can make it 3-4-3. It is 1st and goal. Nothing there. He is fortunate just to get back to the line. Now it's 2nd and goal. The Lions all their first time out. They stop it here with just under 40 seconds until halftime. Here now, 2nd down and goal.
Yellow.
A handoff to Pacheco. And
Shit.
he'll get into the end zone. Isaiah Pacheco. Touchdown, Chiefs. Good drive. They kept the ball. Greg, they moved it effectively down the field and finish it off on the ground for the touchdown.
So often, Mike, we see teams work on a great drive to get down here close, only to settle for a field goal. But in this case, give them a lot of credit. They put a great drive together, but they're able to capitalize and finish it off with 6.
The extra point by Butker is good. And the Chiefs are out to a 21-10 lead. Still a little time. Final minute of this first half. We'll see if they can do anything with this kickoff that is coming their way. Safe kick taken at the 5. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line.
At their own 36-yard line.
On first down, it's Goff. That'll be caught. It's Jahmyr Gibbs. Now Detroit's going to use their second timeout as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining until halftime. An enviable spot to operate from. Here's second and inches. Throwing, Goff. Going up top. The ball deflected at least a couple of times, but it'll fall to the ground. It's incomplete.
And I think at this point here, second quarter of this game, I think now is where we can start seeing each team open up their offense a little bit more. Early on, everyone's kind of feeling each other out, getting a taste of what the game plans are. Here they finally take a shot downfield. Nice job by the defense, but this is going to put a little depth in that coverage and hopefully open up some other things.
Again, working deep downfield. And this ball incomplete on third down.
I just don't like the look of this passing game, Mike. It just seems a bit erratic. On top of the 2 straight incompletions, they've already turned the ball over through the air. And truthfully, with how dangerous some of these throws have been, they're lucky it hasn't been even more.
And he's not going anywhere. Stuffed behind the line. They have turned it over on down.
You know, Mike, you could almost just look down in the huddle, and the players are looking at the sideline like, Coach, isn't the punt team going to come out? And the coach was having none of it. He says, no, you're staying on the field. We're being aggressive all day long.
And he will get into the end zone. Hollywood Brown. Touchdown, KC.
You hear coaches, you hear commentators. Everybody talks about that middle 4, Mike, the final 2 minutes of the second quarter and the first 2 minutes of the third quarter. Here they are now. They go down and they steal a late touchdown to end the half. Remember, they're going to get the ball first coming out of the break.
So about to say,
7
fight
seconds,
back.
all that remains.
Oh,
and the kick is away.
kick me the ball, man. It's cold.
The Lions take over first and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
Goff to throw on first down. That's going to wind up incomplete. Not much time remaining. Time for one more snap here in this first half. Try again. It's second and 10. To throw is Goff. He's going to take a shot down the field. That's going to be incomplete. They took a shot on the final play. Prayer not answered. And that is how this first half will come to an end. Now, this is a surprise. Right out of the locker room, they'll try the onside kick. The kickoff unit is out there, and they'll send this one away.
Pretty bold call right there, but what you're looking for out of the locker room is just a spark of some sort. They thought they could get it on their special teams. They don't. Now they put their defense in a tough spot, trying to not allow them to extend this lead.
Play fake. Now it's Mahomes. That one's down the field, but they cannot connect. And it's incomplete. Travis Kelce, the intended target. And it'll lead to a second down.
It's been a bit of a pedestrian game for this quarterback and ultimately this passing game here today, Mike. And I know they all would have loved to connect on that deep throw. I think that stat sheet would have looked a whole lot different, but just a little off in their execution and leads to an incompletion.
So
much of what makes a toss play so good is it allows you to get the ball on the perimeter of the defense really quickly, and it doesn't stress all of your backside blocking. But on the downside, it does get your running back running east and west. They're running sideways for the first couple steps, and with a defense that can run to the ball, we're able to get you down for a loss.
That is well done there, converting on third and 15. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is first down and 10. Mahomes going to keep it himself. And nowhere to go on that one. They lifted him up and threw him down behind the line.
You know, Mike, it's funny, when you're facing these really elite defensive linemen, sometimes it's easier to make them the read guy rather than actually try to block them.
A throw left side, going to be intercepted. That's the
Good work.
safety, Kirby Joseph.
Needed that. Told you I needed something. Shit.
Goff to throw. That's over the middle and intercepted. Picked off by J.D. Hicks.
Shit.
And his offense is going to be all set up with a short field and a chance to extend their lead.
Take over first and 10 at the 33-yard line.
The drive begins with a run by Pacheco. Whoa. He did a nice job there, sidestepping tacklers on his way to a pickup of 8.
At the 24-yard line, 8 yards on the pickup, brings up second and 2.
From the 24 now, here's second down and 2. Throwing is Mahomes. Here's a shot toward the end zone. And the Lions are going to take possession here as they get it their own 4.
So much of that play comes down to the defender's positioning. Being able to get himself to a spot, to get his hands on the ball, and a chance at that pick. Mike, when that ball was thrown, me and you are sitting here saying, that's a touchdown.
Need some breathing.
Instead, they forced a turnover, and now they're off.
They're breathing wrong.
Brings up second and 1 at the 12-yard line.
Throwing on second down. Goff. That one incomplete. Good job. Textbook there. Separated the man from the ball, and it'll bring up third down.
Here we go.
Here's a design run. He's going to have enough for that first down. Tackle made up at the 18-yard line.
He held.
Goff. A hit as he throws there. It's going to wind up incomplete. The pressure got to him that time.
I had to get rid of that.
Set up second down.
Nigga screaming it.
The pass protection's been a little bit shaky at times, and that was the case there. And even though they're not going to go down for allowing a sack, it was allowing the pressure that ultimately prevented that pass from being completed.
They'll try again here. Second and 10.
Black 20.
To throw is Goff. Reaching for it, the tight end couldn't bring it in. It's incomplete. The tight end, Sam Laporta, the intended receiver. And it'll be third down.
There's certain guys, Mike, that have earned the right to make those tight window throws. And that doesn't mean that he's not going to get himself into trouble from time to time, but we've seen throughout his career his ability to make throws that other guys are either uncomfortable or unable to make is a big reason why he's kind of in a class all of his own.
And that is incomplete.
The offense just couldn't seem to get anything going that drive. They knew they had a long way to go, taking over possession that deep in their own territory. You want to pick up that first down and see if you can capitalize some momentum. Instead, the errant throw brings up fourth down, and they're going to have to punt it away.
They'll go for it. And he's going to be taken down. What a call. Going for it this deep in your own territory. And it doesn't work out as planned. They turn it over on down. On the handoff, this is Pacheco. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. Nothing more.
The offense is trying to test the edges of the perimeter of this defense, Mike, but the defense is just too quick to the ball. Total team defense, pursuit, 11 hats to the ball carrier.
That's going to be intercepted in the end zone. That's the linebacker, Alexander Maloney.
These second half red zone opportunities
Need it.
I mean, you're not going to score every single time you get down here, but it feels like
instead of trying to put up numbers on me, man.
Chance
Let's
to get
stop
this
this.
deep. You've got to make the most of those limited opportunities. At least come away with 3. You're hoping for 6. But in this case, you come away with 0.
Here's Goff. At 3. Third time tonight he's been intercepted. Picked off by Trent McDuffie. And his offense is going to be all set up with a short field and a chance to extend their lead.
Yellow.
On 1st and 10, here's Pacheco. And a good run there. Going to get him 5 yards. From the 32-yard line now, here's
definitely wasn't no 5 yards.
Brings up 2nd and 5.
So, 3 quarters have come and gone. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL on EA Sports. They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5.
Yellow.
On play action, it's Mahomes. Forced out wide. Now he takes off. And he takes it down to the 15-yard line. A great job of knowing when to go. He gets 17 yards on that run and a 1st down.
15.
A run. It's Pacheco. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. And that's it.
The line of scrimmage. No gain on the play.
They go play action with Mahomes. And he's in. Rashee Rice. Touchdown, Kansas City. And that touchdown probably, Greg, ends any small hopes of a comeback on the other side.
Yeah, and I think those chances, Mike, were small to begin with, but with that last score, I think this one is pretty much over.
Makes the score. Chiefs 35. Lions 10.
So now it's Butker following the touchdown to send this one away. Now return coming from the 7. Now an opening past the 30. And they will finally track him down, but not before he takes this to the other side of midfield.
The Lions take over 1st and 10 at the 46-yard line.
Here's Goff. The pressure, too much, and he goes down. That is George Karlaftis in there for the sack. Loss of 10 yards to start this drive. A 2nd down throw for Goff. Now, deep shot for Amon-Ra. That one broken up. It's incomplete. All over him down the field. It'll set up 3rd down.
Jaden Hicks there defensively.
Goff to throw. He's going to look downfield once again. That's the 4th time tonight he's been intercepted. Picked off by Jaden Hicks.
I throw that ball.
Return as he gets it up past the 45-yard line.
At this point, they're just trying to make something positive happen here late in the 4th quarter. This secondary blanketed the entire field, and the ball ends up falling into the wrong arms.
He's going to let this one go for Worthy. To the goal line and in. Xavier Worthy.
Saw someone sitting with his head down.
Touchdown tonight. They continue to add points. Greg, very interesting here. Now, how about this? It's a fake. And he's going to take this into the end zone. I wasn't sure we'd ever see a fake extra point again, but this one works. So instead of 1, they get 2.
Certainly unconventional in their wisdom here, but somehow it still works out. I don't think the defensive PAT unit was at all expecting a fake. Remember, the ball's now snapped from the 15-yard line on an extra point attempt. No one's expecting you to fake it, and I think they used that to their advantage.
That's all.
Value 3.
On 1st and 10, here's Goff. That is
Nigga dropped the ball.
incomplete. No way to force the football in there. Good coverage. It'll bring up 2nd down.
I got high standards for offensive players, but in this case, Mike, I think I'm giving all the credit to the defender. He timed that one up perfectly, and what could have been an easy play ends up as an incomplete.
Now he'll air one out. That's going to be incomplete. Coverage very good there. Contact jarring the ball loose, and it's going to force 3rd down. Now Goff. He's going to try it here again. That's caught. That long one's going to bring them 1st and goal. He is brought down at the 5-yard line.
I know I can catch them.
17. Go. Value 3. Value 4 now.
Now Goff. Oh, no chance there. Under a heavy rush, he goes down. Now the Chiefs can call the first of their timeouts, and they'll get together prior to this 2nd down play.
11.
Here comes the blitz as he looks to throw. A look to the end zone, and it's broken up. Incomplete. There was no space, no separation that time. And that's going to bring it to 3rd and goal. He'll look to throw.
Come on.
That is incomplete. Here we go. They're down to what could be their final play. It's 4th down.
4th and goal.
They'll look to throw. That's going to be caught. And he's not going to get away. They got him right down after the catch. Great rally to the ball to force a turnover on down. First down throw, Mahomes. Now it's deep ball looking for Brown. Inside 30. And they are not going to catch up to him. He will score.
Look at my defense.
83 yards. Touchdown, Kansas City. We might need a calculator before this one is done. It has been one-sided, and the route rolls on, Greg.
Absolutely, Mike, and they just keep piling on the points. I mean, this offensive play caller, he's saying it's never enough. I'm going to try to score with every possession, and we've seen him do that all game.
Just one game.
So now it's Butker following the touchdown to send this one away. From the 6, here comes a return. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line.
At their own 26-yard line.
The check ain't been doing that much.
Goff's going to
Got
throw
no
here
doubt.
on 1st and 10. And this is going to be caught, but they say out of bounds. So, incomplete pass.
Mike, when you're completing less than 35% of your passes, you're just not going to win a lot of games in the NFL. He's just too erratic throughout the course of the game. Sometimes it's exactly how they practiced. And at other times, it looks like they've never practiced at all.
On 2nd down, Goff. That's caught by Gibbs. And he'll be taken down up at the 40-yard line. Now KC going to use the 2nd of their timeouts. They'll be disappointed there after giving up the 1st down.
A gain of 14.
From the gun, it's Goff. Going for it all. That is brought in. And he's going to be brought down inside the 15. The Chiefs will use their 3rd and final timeout here.
Yeah, I just threw that.
Stoppage with 65 seconds remaining.
Trying not to take no sack. I just threw it up.
Down to the 13-yard line. They work 1st and 10.
2, 14. 14.
Throwing here is Goff. He's got it at the 3. And they'll get him down inside the 5-yard line. It's 1st and goal coming up. Here's Gibbs. And he'll go down back at the 4-yard line. The Lions all their first time out.
Trying
Gets a
to.
stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining here in the
Let's
4th.
go 3-quarter.
180. Hey, kill kick. 17. 17.
Throwing, Goff. That is caught, and this is going to be a
Let's
touchdown.
go with 3-quarter.
It's too
Shoot.
late. Do get a bit closer as they score here in the final minute of play.
At this stage of the game, the score is really irrelevant. You want to try to build something positive towards the end of this game, and I think that score will help do just that.
Now Goff leads the Lions for a 2-point drop.
The Lions will set up for the
Back to throw. And he will find the end zone again. So he gets the touchdown and the 2-point conversion. We call it the octopus, and it cuts the deficit down a bit further. So the late score gets them a bit closer to respectability. We'll try to get even closer with an onside kick.
You have no choice. You find yourself down big here late in the 4th quarter, Mike. You got nothing to lose. Give it a shot. Nice job here by the hands team recovering. They're going to take over possession.
Yellow.
Play fake. Now it's Mahomes. That's the 4th time tonight he's been intercepted. It's the linebacker, Jack Campbell.
I get another
He's
score.
gonna set up his guys with great field position. A huge chance to cut into the deficit.
Even though that interception, it
They
probably
should have
won't
won
have
this
much of an
game.
impact on the outcome of
Had
the
enough
game.
interceptions.
But at least defensively, it gives them
That's one
something
scone.
positive to build off of. Because up until that point, this game's been a struggle.
Listen. Value. Go. 12. Go.
On 1st down, it's Goff. In trouble, and he's going to be
Fuckers
taken
are
down.
glistening like that.
Throwing on 2nd down. Goff. The pressure there got to him. He's hit as he threw it. And that pass ball's incomplete.
This has really been the story of this entire game, Mike. I mean, this pass rush has had the advantage over the offense pretty much from the jump. And they've already recorded a couple of sacks, a handful of close calls, and it's the pressure in the backfield is why this team finds themselves with the lead here late in this ballgame.
He'll let this one go long for Williams. That is incomplete. Here we go. They're down to what could be their final play. It's 4th down.
there defensively.
Out of the shotgun, it's Goff. He's going to dial up another deep ball. That's incomplete. Gary Hall on 4th down. Does not work out. And it results in a turnover on down. On 1st down, it's Mahomes. That'll be incomplete. And now we are down to likely just one more play.
And I like this defensive game plan. When you're going against an elite quarterback like this guy, Mike, you have to get bodies in his face. You have to get him around his feet. You have to move him off his spot. Because if he can sit there in rhythm, on time, comfortable in the pocket, he's going to pick you apart. So it doesn't always have to be a sack.
And they are going to add 6 more here at the end. Stay tuned for the coach's handshake. It might not be the friendliest.
We shouldn't even give it to.
That extends the margin of victory here on the game's final play. So this one in the win column for the Chiefs. And it was their defense that led the